This is day 4. We are over the last 4 days. We are 30 hours in. No, we do not stop, bro. We shut up. We fucking cut. You know, it's hard to live up to that mantra, but we're doing our best. So, just to give you all an update, we had a conversation with the director yesterday. He said, Joey, you did great, but I want to change everything. So, we changed a lot of stuff. This is the last day. This is all we get. This is all we get after the last 30 hours put into this project. This is the last freaking stop. So, today's the last day we can get everything we need in. We should be getting music and ADR today. For those who did stick with me, let's finish strong. I think he's... Shitty wizard. So that is Lifestealer. That's the project we're on. Like I said, the budget was right under 20,000. They gave me literally no time to sound design. Usually I'd like to spend at least a month on a project sound designing. That way I have time to dive into the story, really understand the characters, the narrative direction. But we only had 3 days, and I had my first conversation with the director yesterday. I've worked with Michael and Brenton before, but it was just one of those projects that we just got to kind of bust our ass and get it done. It was a rough time window, and Michael, the producer, had called me and said, Joey, we're kind of in a tight spot. We need someone to sound design and pull us out. Would you be willing to go in the trenches and dig us out? And the one negotiation tactic, or not tactic, the one piece of the way I negotiated it was the only way I would do this is if I could live stream the entire process for all of my novice editors out there who want to edit, who want to be a part of this, who want to be editors, and who really want to see what it takes to do it. That was the only thing I wanted negotiated. That's what I wanted. If they hired me and they let me do it, they let me live stream the conversations, the creative conversations. And the reason why I wanted to do this was because this is the one thing I would have wanted when I was younger. So I fought for it. Michael gave it to me, the producer. So that's kind of where this is all coming from. That's kind of the backstory. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully you guys can pull some value out of it. This is it's been pretty tight. My head's pounding. We've done 10 to 12 hour days, 3-4 days in a row. It's one of those situations where you just got to get this shit done. You got to bust it out. You have to power through. You can't stop. So I'm really happy you're here and you could share this mind-numbing experience with me. You know, that's part of Shut Up and Cut. Sit down, shut up, and fucking cut. Just edit, dude. So that's what we're doing here today. Oh, Michael's calling in. Let me, I guess let's talk to him. Here you go. Hey, what's up, man?
We are in our audio booth room, and I wanted to run through the list of stuff with you real quick.
Ooh, okay, so we're jumping right in.
So right now, for Kobe's voice specifically, our wizard, we have a variety of breaths, grunts, maybe nose exhales, whimpers, screaming, and then that's it for him. And then for Lifestealer, we'll also have him do some versions of grunts and breathings as well, like the guttural monster breathing.
Uh-huh.
Is that everything?
I'll tell you what, let me check the notes real quick, because what I'm going to do is, as I'm going to be editing, I'll come up with more shit, I'm sure, but one thing you didn't say was the gargling.
I'll do any gargling at home, I'll do that.
The choking, oh, okay. You guys are in the studio right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got the next however, like, hour-ish or so, or whatever time we got left, and then if you come up with something during this time, then we can definitely pick it up.
And then do you guys have a cut for him to refer to?
Mm-hmm. We have it up right now.
Got it. And then how long is Kobe in there for? Like, what's his time window? That way I can get everything I can within that time window.
Probably like 4:15. So we got.
So like half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour. Yeah.
Got it. So not a big deal. Okay, sounds good. I'll let you know. So I got 30 minutes starting now to kind of get you everything. Thanks, Mike.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So there's the ADR. So our clock starts now. So it looks like we're jumping in. Right now they're jumping into ADR. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to go quick. I'm getting kind of rushed. That's okay. So we're jumping in now. We're going to kind of locate all the ADR that has become priority because it's time sensitive. Let's kind of go through. Let's see where we want the ADR, where we want the growls and shit. This is our wizard. He's our wizard, so we definitely want that. The grunting, the struggles. They have this to refer to. Sounds good. Let me pull up the notes that I just took and make sure there's nothing else. So we'll send him important time codes. What's important is definitely 30 to 35 seconds is super important because we need to fill that scene in with his whimpers and his yells. So from 122 to 130. And then as far as what we want, I don't know yet. I'm just locating the parts where I think it's necessary. Definitely the intro. So let's see if we can be smart here. Let's see, instead of going one by one, let's see if we can be intelligent enough with how we articulate what we send to the producer. That way we only have to do it once. I want them to, you know, take the proper steps when doing ADR. So we'll say, do not wild track. Perform the picture. Yes, perform the picture. So we've communicated pretty much now. Is it important enough to kind of spy this 30 minutes, meaning kind of go slow and kind of be on call and really just focus on this 30-minute session we have with them? Or is it more important to go back to the director's notes? We got to make a decision here. It's kind of fork in the road because we can focus on the ADR since that's happening now. Do we trust Michael and Brenton, producer and director, to get everything that we need for ADR? Or do we jump into the director's notes and kind of start filling out the cut and just hopefully we get the best ADR we can? Because we can't be there on set, unfortunately. I think I'm going to lean more towards trust Brenton, trust the team. We can do this, have some faith, and then move on to director's notes and go that way. I think that's more or less where I'm going. Now it's just time to search. I hate this game, but we got to do it. That's a gnarly fucking sound, but let's see if we can put that in here. We're going to take this out. Oh, wait, we want track 3. That's the boom. Ooh, I kind of like that. This guy's poor throat. Oh, my God. That's great right there. Let's see if we can... So really quick before we get into this, because now that I'm realizing I didn't go through any of the ADR, we do have a lot to work with here, actually. So that's awesome. So, like, right there, some of this shit. Oh, that sounds really good. But we're going to play it. I'm going to play it for you guys so you guys can see kind of the progress we've made so far. Here is Lifestealer after 45 hours. Actually, 1 billion hours is what it feels like. No, I'm kidding. Okay, here you go.
I think he's...
Alright, we're going to take a breather. We're getting a call from the producer right now. Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hello. Just finished up. It'll probably take him maybe 45, 50 minutes to get back, so he'll be running late for our meeting later. Brenton will probably be running late for our meeting later, so probably closer to 6:30. Dialogue sounds that we went through, so I think we have coverage of everything, but there is a lot of takes in there that have peak when he does an unexpected grunt or something like that.
That's
and
okay.
So we would go through again and do a second take, but that meant that the quieter noises are so quiet that they're almost unusable, but now the grunts are usable. It's not our silver bullet, unfortunately, but I do think there's some great stuff in there.
Okay.
Push and pull everything yourself, so we'll see. I'm going to run home, I'm going to dump all this media and then get it on a drive and send it to you, and while that's uploading, I'll try to go through and number some stuff so that you have an idea of what's everything.
Okay, no, perfect. Sounds good.
All right, well, I will talk to you later then.
All right, later, Mike.
Bye-bye.
I know he made it sound like it sucked, but no, as long as we have the content, we can make what we need to make. So as far as quality, dropping any piece of ADR, honestly, is just going to add only because of the system that we've built. So regardless of how good or bad ADR is, we're still going to use pieces, bits and pieces. In terms of ADR, this is very specific to this situation and custom to this situation. It's going to add something that we didn't have before. And so any new knowledge in this situation is very helpful and beneficial, especially on a time crunch. So kudos, Mike, right on. We're going to wait for that ADR to come through. Push the meeting to 6:30. Does this happen in the left channel only? What the fuck? No, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I've been hearing things too long. Woo! Boy, that sounds good. That sounds fucking insane, bro. The 5 of you who are here, holy shit. What do we think? I like that. I like that little. It just adds so much. Even though it's little, it creates a whole new freaking... God damn, it sounds amazing. I know, it's so, like, fucked, bro. And you know what's cool is that it sounds great, and it's what the director wanted. So it's a win-win. So, suck-ins and blowouts, in terms of sound design. Easiest way to do it is to take an impact and reverse it. And so we want, like, a really wishy-washy impact, and then we're going to reverse it, and that'll create the sucking sound that our director wants. I'll show you what I mean. We take this sound, we reverse it, Command R, we'll reverse the speed, we'll change the pitch and EQ it and do shit like that. We come over here, he wants this sucking sound. So that right there, listen to it, ready? This is the sucking sound. That, and so we want to build into it, and so we can create that. So right there, we need to start getting sucked in there, and so now I kind of want a different type of sucking sound. Let's see what we got. So these are great, we're going to use these to build. And I'll show you what I mean. We're going to layer them on top of each other. Kind of like a... And so if we just keep rising into it, I think we can get there, but we'll see. No, yeah, we kind of drown out. So I don't know if I like this big whooshy sound. Okay, let's go rapid SSD. Let's look up the word gravity. Sci-fi gravity well. That's kind of what we want, actually. So let's get rid of this. I don't like this anymore because we don't really hear... It mixes... It kind of bleeds into that. This is going to be awesome. Let's try this one. I love the sound of this one. That right there. So let's use this. Okay, now let's go down here. We're going to have to play with this a little more. I don't think that's enough room up there. And I like that build, though. I want to use that build on that push-in. I hope that makes sense, because as we're pushing in the camera movement of this, it's... And then we come off on the high note. So let's find that build here. Let's actually just do that first. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bleed all of these sounds into each other with these constant powers. And so what that's going to do, it's going to... Think of like lowering the opacity of a video clip and putting it on top of another one, and then lowering that opacity clip and putting that on top. You start to get these layers of visuals. We're trying to do that with the woo-woo-woos of sound. I think that's going to create our vortex. We'll have to time it a little more. We're going to have to play with it, but it looks like the director just called us in, making Zoom, so when he sends us that Zoom link, we'll hop right back in. I think the part we do want to hear is probably going to be here. Yeah, so I think we're failing a little bit creatively on making that one. That's okay. Let's add some of that clicking here. I think that's what we want to do, some of the bones. Right? We're about to hop on the call with the director, so we're going to try and get in as much as we possibly can. Join our cloud Zoom. Okay, you guys, here we go. Hey, can you hear me? I got a new cut for you with, literally, I've been going up until just now. 2 seconds ago, I exported it.
Hell yeah.
So I'll give you an update. There's a little more design, a little more atmosphere, a little more tension and emotion built into it. Like the little shit.
We showed it. It was the actor's first time seeing it.
What do you think?
He loved it.
Oh, right on. Monica says, hello, director.
Hello, Monica. All right, I'm going to mute myself so I can watch it.
I think he's...
What'd you think?
I loved it.
You look ecstatic.
No, it's sick.
Cool.
What's best for you? What should we go through first?
Yeah, whatever you want. Let's just go. Let's just start from 0.
Let's do it. I like the horns.
Yeah, I thought it added like a little bit of texture to kind of the environment, the time, the era.
Is there guard laughter or is that chicken?
There's guard laughter. Yeah.
Oh, Joey, could you hook me up with the link too?
It sounds like a chicken. Yes, Michael. I'm sorry. No, that is the guards laughing. I think the low pass makes it sound like a chicken. It's more of the the like in his voice as he's laughing.
Yeah.
I can clean that up and try to pick a better spot of like conversation maybe, and then the conversation can lead into laughing. That way you kind of have the expectation of.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do that, and so I'll take notes.
I don't want them to be able to like kind of hear what it
story.
is. I just need them to know. Yeah, I just need them to know that there's guards there doing their thing.
Sounds like a chicken.
Well, I like the horns. I like the air horns.
Okay, cool.
That's a great backup in case the score there
Track,
doesn't work perfectly.
And then we could just keep going through slowly. You just.
I like it. I like what you did with the chain here. So when he whips it.
Okay, so you like the chain whip? Yeah, we cut that down in half.
You couldn't really hear the drips as much.
Okay, yeah, because they're mixed super low.
Okay, yeah. Can we bring those just slightly higher for the quiet moments?
Yeah, so we'll bring all cave drips. Did you get your gleams? Did you use that at the studio?
The gleams?
Yeah, they're like the mysterious...
Oh, sorry. Am I getting that in here?
Yeah, no. Did you get that? Did you have that version in the studio today?
I only had the first one that you sent me.
The first one? Okay, so you probably didn't have them, but they are, well, we'll see if you pick them up. But okay, awesome.
I definitely, I heard that one right there at the beginning. I mean, I like all that stuff.
Okay.
That's sweet. It was working for me. I'd like to try something with his voice. I did some vocals for Nyack.
Okay.
That you could probably age up, but I tried to get on close to what I was wanting Nyack to sound like in terms of balloon that has leaked its last little bit of air.
Okay, cool. Right on.
It still sounds a little too beast-like for me.
Still, okay. Around what time code again?
Oh, this is when he first wakes up.
Oh,
and,
right in the beginning. Oh, okay. So not brittle enough.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if because it's coming from his voice. The voice sounds like a rhino to me.
Still deep. Okay.
And I don't know if he's a rhino.
So he still sounds like a rhino, and specifically around
15 seconds.
Replace with.
It can sound ancient.
Director sound. To get that ancient sound. Okay, cool.
Bone breaking when Nyax is coming up at this point right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sold on it.
Okay.
Because it to me, this is when the spell's going right, and the bones breaking tells me that things are going very, very wrong.
Got it.
I don't not like I think it fits for what the character is. So I'd put a little asterisk by it. Not that I'm still thinking about it.
Got it. So not super priority to change right now, but
yeah.
If we have to lean on it, you're saying we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably did it, but I just didn't hear it. But I'd make that louder, more apparent.
More cracky, more fingers. Okay.
Just so you can really hear the knuckles cracking. I can tell you put the riser in. I wonder if we move it to the very end of the sequence at 26.
So let us rise out of the scene, because that's what we saw. That felt empty to us.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we'll move the riser.
You put that in there? The little
yeah,
spark?
Okay, so I know I shouldn't have, but it made it more apparent. I checked in with Michael. He's like, go ahead, fucking do it. Good luck. I did not check with you, so I do apologize.
That's okay. It's I think mostly because it's not colored with like the footage. Like, oh, I'm gonna plop this over what the footage I have is.
Yeah, and that's exactly what
I can see it totally working once everything's color graded. Is this the one Michael was telling me about, like a bullet?
Oh, so what I did was I had like a knuckle of the chain kind of had broken off. But I mean, I did that just to help me kind of envision the sound.
Right.
It's not in this version though. That's your old one.
Yeah, I didn't put it into the new one just because I need to get some shit done.
Bring up the maybe a little bit more steam hit.
Okay, montage.
Points.
Got it. Okay, so like.
Yeah, I love the. Is this a in-game roar?
Yes, so that was a Lifestealer VO track that I think we pulled right from the game that Michael gave me.
That one isn't actually Lifestealer. That's another character that sounds similar. But when you tweaked it, now it kind of sounds like him.
Okay, that's good. That's the other thing is I gotta kind of read up on my Dota.
Yeah, the Dota historian's trying to fuck us over by giving us the wrong
Michael
sound.
told me the community's kind of fucking harsh.
This goes back to like whether or not you have time to do this, Joey.
Yeah.
We got what I think are pretty good sound bites out of Kobe, our actor, that I'd love to see if you can pitch shift them into being like our Lifestealer character sounds.
When you say our, you mean the...
Our, like these short films. So it's like, we know that they're different. We can go for something a little bit different, but it will be our revamped version of Lifestealer. Michael, are you against that? Or do you
No, not at all. I think it'll just come down to what the end result of that sound sounds like. Because, I mean, again, I should probably be more strict about it, but I don't care because I don't like Lifestealer's voice because I think he's annoying.
So he's like, yeah.
Because he's kind of a quirky dude, like in the game. Like he's constantly like laughing and like fucking like a dozen tracks of him just laughing his ass off. And I think a lot of people are gonna pick up on the shitty wizard one as an example, and they're gonna be like, ah ha 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 ha, I see what you did there.
I always took the shitty wizard as being a placeholder thing.
Yeah, it's just a placeholder. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just a little blurry about what Lifestealer lines you want and where, or if you want them at all.
One of the viewers who was a Dota fan was mentioning like, oh, he's got this really, really iconic scream voice thing. Technically, he was like incorrect. It only happens during one of his abilities, but it stuck out in his head. So we could, instead of him ending on some kind of chuckle laughing line, it could end on him using this like loud screaming iconic voice thing that he has.
I just listened to it. Yeah, on that lunch, we could just go straight to that hard cut of that sound. I don't know if you can listen to it, Brendan.
But then it would lead, and I don't think that Brenton knows it off the top of his head.
No, when we get to it, after we're done going through this, Joey, could you keep that on standby? I'd like to hear it.
Do you have any title cards?
Yeah.
Well, we have that one that's 2 seconds. I mean, right now it's just the placeholder, but I know Michael's been working on it.
Did you want any designing for that title card once we're out of the scene?
Like general baseline, maybe a slight sting or slight riser if we need it on standby, and then like some blood splatter hit. Sean's scream, kind of echoing in the distance, is always, I grew to love it a lot. I love the first constant scream, and if we echo that just a little bit, that might add a nice tinge. I'd like you to listen specifically to the way you fade out into the other scene.
The segue?
And I think when this hand pops up, we need more of an air whoosh as the fog is coming over. Yeah, and that will carry us in. There's a noticeable dip, like it's a valley of sound.
And we're going to use the fog to get us through it.
Maybe we add some footsteps of the guards coming in, like right here.
I think those exist already, actually.
They did. I actually took them out because I was going for quiet. I was going for, we don't really hear anything. We start the scene with the gate opening, but I could throw them back in.
Yeah, throw them back in. I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
Were they in there prior? Like in the last one?
Yes, they were. They were in the last one. I specifically took them out at this moment for creating that quietness.
Okay.
But I could throw those back in. When you're really fucking scared and you're looking at stuff, you kind of rely on the sounds, right, to drive you, and so you kind of feel safe when you hear a sound and you're like, oh, okay, because you got something to relate to when you're watching a horror film. So what I was trying to do here was keep the emptiness and then give them a sound to rely on. Do you think that has any weight?
After he disappears, and I noticed it when Kobe watched it, when we were in the sound room, we turned off the lights when Michael rewatched it, and I noted that it kind of had an effect on Michael too, but there is a perfect lean-in moment when there's like no sound. This is after he disappears, like right.
Mm-hmm. It's our big guy, yeah.
And everyone's just leaning in a little bit to hear. I love it here,
but but you don't think that affects that lean in moment that you're talking, because that's kind of how I was thinking about it too, is that where are those moments where they're literally moving out of their seat and trying to grab onto something.
And I honestly I wasn't feeling it hugely here
in that moment.
I felt it a lot right after this, after he's disappeared,
when he leans in. So the lean in, when he leans in, after he leans in that shot, that's where we can sit and kind of take in. But we want those louder drips at 47. I guess we'll throw them in and we'll see.
Yeah.
What else you got, Brenton? The breaths?
Some breaths specifically of Brant, this younger character.
Okay.
And Gasper. Gasper, he's not really doing much in this shot. You don't really need to add it. But specifically, I know we got it for Brant because Ian, the actor who plays Brant, we got this motion in his other coverage of him exploding. So we have that sound.
Yes, the problem we had I had that sound in and then I took it out because I wanted the emptiness more than his reaction, and here's why. His sound is like, you hear all the garments, you hear everything he's holding, you hear all the movement too. So it's not like it's a pristine sound, which is what I think we want in this scene. We don't want a textured sound with very simple, very quick is kind of what I was going for. And so his voice and his action, that sound, because there's only a couple of them that I found, they're just textured with all that other stuff on, and then by denoising and trying to remove all that, remove those frequencies, it's so muddy and mixed in.
How about this? Because we're adding in this Lifestealer sound, and you don't claim so much, like we're putting it in here, carry it through here, and then just hear it again.
Got it. So let it drive.
Once the Lifestealer sound's in there, it'll
cover it all. Okay. So Lifestealer sound carries.
Oh, that reminds me, we should have a magic sound right here.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be filled with like lightning or something.
This is before the lightning.
Oh, when am I getting?
Yeah, actually,
we're talking about this right now. Small first spark. So if you can imagine like something short circuiting. So from this one, he's gonna get yanked. This is right before he gets yanked. And then he's yanked and it's like everywhere.
Oh shit, that'd be badass.
Yeah,
now I get to now I know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm trying to design something I can't even see.
So obviously that's our direction, is the electricity for the visual. But did you see anything else different by chance for the sound of that, or no? Because there is some other options. There is like spell mute noises and other kinds of spell magic kind of SFX stuff, but if electricity is the main one, good to know.
Got it. Okay, cool. What else you guys got?
Oh, what else do we got? I just got an email from Dorian.
I'm sending over one that we literally just got seconds ago from Alex, and I haven't even played it, so I don't know what it looks like, but I'm gonna watch it right now and see what it looks like. But it's the first time the holy shit, that's looking sick. So you got one to take a look at currently right now, and Brendan still might have some like those, but holy shit, no way.
Okay, come on, now you got to share it. You hyped that up way too much.
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's look at it.
I think so, right? Did I send it in the group chat? Oh no, I sent it just to you. For tonight, you are able to implement those changes that we just talked about all earlier, the ADR stuff, the monster transformation noises, and those little tweaks and stuff like that by tonight. And then in addition, to be able to lay out for as much as you can, or if it's just the shot or two that you can imagine it for the lightning magic, that would be huge.
Okay.
And then from there, then you'll just have to keep us posted with like, oh yes, I was able to lay out all the rest of the lightning scene. We're all good. Or, oh no, I wasn't able to. I need to see what the rest of it looks like. Then you just keep us posted on that. And then it's just sending us over the project file, dumping everything that you got for us. Maybe if you can get us a jump start and give us some extra lightning sounds or something like that might be helpful for us.
Just in case
if we need to pick that up. Yeah, if we need to pick that up ourselves. At that point, does it make most sense for you to just mix currently with what you got, or
I would love to get the music.
So Brenton's, I think he's going to send that over to us in a second. But tomorrow,
I'm listening to it right now.
It's at a listenable level, And then 3 p.m. you guys will just watch whatever the fuck I got, and then we'll just kind of crunch as much as possible to get it cut that last day. In terms of syncing the music, so let's put it in now. You want me to share my screen so you can see what I'm doing? Okay, so here's Premiere, and so you're saying he starts. Gotcha. Yeah.
Sure.
59:40. I see what you.
Earlier.
Look.
Yes.
The whole chat missed the
perfect. Start the music there.
All this is. They're like, what the fuck, Joe? No, they couldn't hear it, so I just switched because I had to optimize for Zoom. I couldn't optimize for stream. Yeah, so stream. I'm sorry. We're gonna show you guys. I promise. Dude, they're all like, what the fuck, dude?
It's confidential.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Stream, we're going to show you right after this meeting's done. I promise we will prioritize getting you guys hearing the music. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run through all the notes. I have a couple pages. And then after that, we are going to pick priority. Out of everything we talked about, we need to pick priority. Just because I'm not saying we can't get it all done. I'm going to shoot for it. We're going to fucking do it anyway. Me being optimistic. But we are just going to go through and say what are the priorities for director, which I think are most important. And then priorities for you too, Mike, if that's cool. All right, so we're going to start. Okay, so the guard laughing sounds like a chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to make it, we'll probably add in maybe a little conversation, but just lead up to the laugh. Make it sound more like a laugh, less like a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we want to bring the cave droppings up. We don't hear them enough, and we have some specifics about those a little later that we talked about, so I'll get into those when I get there. We still sound like a rhino. We got to bring that down even more, but he sounds like a rhino specifically on the wake-up part.
On the wake up, yeah.
We like the bone crunching. We're okay with that. The only thing is that if we have time to make it better, let's make it better, and we can define better when we get to that note. Anyway, we're going to replace that with the director sound. Brenton is Nyax. At 1814, the bone breaking is iffy, and the way we want to make that better, if possible, is how? Because you don't believe it completely yet, do you?
No, because bone breaking makes me think the spell's going wrong, and at that point the spell is working correct.
Spell's going wrong. Got it.
It's like I like that you put a sound in there to flesh it out. I don't know if the bones cracking are the right sound to put in.
Got it. Okay. It sounds like the spell's going wrong, and we'll fix that. Cool. 24 seconds. We want to crack those knuckles at 24 seconds.
Oh yeah.
We want that shit to break. We also want that riser to take all the way to this point, so we can end on an empty note, which he
Take
fills.
us out of the scene.
Take us out of the scene. Excuse me. Yes. The montage. More steam hits. Volcano erupting like with it multiple spigots. Okay, and then and then on that we also talked about while doing that how we want the fog when his hand comes out to mask the sound that he's making, almost like he's turning into a ghost, like that. He's kind of becoming the phantom that you talked about. Got it. Okay. Come out not together, but they end together.
Correct.
Midday 1. Check for the screams.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to refer back to the rage sound. That was per Michael. Michael was talking about the rage sound.
The rage sound would be the very end.
Awesome. We want to change that last scream to a full scream, and we want to shift it over, and we want to verb it up so it rings out.
Yeah.
Instead of the ha 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 that we think is the scream, we want to just take that first bit and we want to reverberate it out.
Yeah.
We want a bigger riser on the hand at 37. So let's go to 37.
Here's the thing, though. It's like we kind of got that with the music too.
We do have the riser. We also have an impact though with the music. Yeah, no, we get the riser. So what he does, he hits the impact, and then he goes low and builds it right back up into the scene. So we have that with the music, so that might be done. If it doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll export what I have right now with the music and the sound effects all together, and I'll send that to you guys. And then whatever notes you want to make on your own, make on your own. Bring them to the meeting tomorrow. Get ADR from Michael, which, did you send me? I think you did. Cool. So, and then at 30 seconds, we want to replace Kobe's ADR. We want to make it more human.
You got it.
Cool. We want to swap 35 seconds with Kobe's human to monster noise. Now we want to kind of show that in one clip, meaning like literally that sound in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but that should come at the end when he's yelling.
That's where you
want.
want
That happens during this portion leads us into the monster transformation yell.
Got it. So human, kind of monster, kind of monster.
Yeah.
More air whoosh when the fog comes in. And as the fog disappears, that's when he turns more into a phantom. And then we want to throw the footsteps back in. We want to throw footsteps in right here to lead us into the scene a little softer.
Yeah, and we may take those out again, but
that's fine. So that tells me that that's not even a high priority. And then 37 seconds candle flicker noise instead of the fire that we have. That's just been hard to find for me.
I can look at an online sound library that I have access to and see if they have anything. If I find anything that I think's worthwhile to show you, I'll send it over.
Okay, so now 43 seconds. Add an ADR, some whimpering, and some breaths. We want louder drips at 47 seconds and 52 seconds. We went into this psychological breakdown of the water driplets and the pattern interruptions and shit. Now, we want to close the door earlier at 52. It lingers too long, and it mashes in with some of the chain sounds of our monster and our monster sounds. the Lifestealer sound, his growling roar, is going to carry from 55, where we're at, all the way into 58, which is going to eliminate the need for his ADR.
Correct.
Cool. Okay, and then 58 seconds, he leaps. We want to hear everything when he leaps. We want to hear his toes crunching across the ground, all of that shit. We want to hear him we want to hear it leap, and then because of how real the sound is, we want to hear it disappear into this. You described it as etherealness. I've never heard that word.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. The 13 seconds, we are the magic at 13 seconds, which is that push in. We're the magic. It'll be all red and weird, and I saw the reference that you gave me. So we're going to fill that with like some murmured kind of... And then at 58 seconds, he does the same spell again, but this time we're on the outside of it. So we'll play on those. We'll play on those notes. The first red flicker on his hand, this was a note from Michael. That's electricity coming out. Shit's happening. 116, more blood. Basically, when we kill the kid, we just blow him up, get in trouble, Joey. We want to go to jail for this sound. We need a lawsuit. That's what you told me.
Yes.
We want to get sued.
I want to get in trouble with the government and never be allowed to come to the country
The
again.
Singaporean government.
And then the shitty wizard, we're mixing that shot. We're taking that out. We're going to replace the ADR with the last lunge that is labeled inside the ADR as last lunge. And that is all the notes.
The most important thing is the sound of Lifestealer, his sound.
After the transformation, what he sounds like.
Second most important would be the transformation itself. That's the spigots, that's the yell turned into the monster yell, that's the transition out of the transformation into our aftermath scene. The third most important for me is the electricity stuff in the beginning.
This is getting done no matter what. Everything else is secondary to this list. All right, guys, we will see you on the other end of this. I'm going to give my audience what they want. They want that VFX, and they want this awesome fucking music. All right, take care, fellas.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Now I'm going to play it with the music and the sound effects. I haven't even heard it with the music and the sound effects yet, but I still got some shit I got to do. So here you go. The situation is as follows. 2-day deadline. Or right now, we got 1 day left. This is the last night we have to cut this project so it can be showed globally. And it's all in Shanghai. The budget for this was under 20K. They pulled me on last minute, and we've spent 3 or 4 10-hour days. This is not easy work, so it's kind of cool that you guys are able to experience this with me. So I'm really thankful you guys are here. Let's get this shit banging.
I think he's...
Shitty wizard.
Wow. Dude, the music adds a lot, huh, guys? So we have some VFX shots now, which is awesome.
I think he's...
Shitty wizard.
I'm kind of looking for that short circuit type of sound. That, I'm trying to get that pop. That's what I want. Okay, see how it's like wiggling? It's like a little more, and then boom, we jump into the big one. Now we can just fucking put in some... Yeah, we'll just kind of just put that there. And we're done sound designing. Good job, guys. Let's export. But think about it. What would this electricity sound like in a cave? Would there be reverb? I've never seen electricity in a cave. Okay, so now let's bring back that sound. Feeling a little defeated just off lightning. Sound designing lightning, holy shit. Do you guys hear the pattern in the electricity? There's a pattern in the lightning, right? It's a... So we already create an expectation. Now let's build it. Now let's build that let's break the pattern. Just after doing this for 2 seconds, I think that's kind of how I want this electricity to happen. All right, we're gonna call Michael. Okay, so now is that electricity supposed to continue throughout the entire thing? Like, is there only one electricity shot? That's the only one you have, and then the rest are still getting built? Got it. Okay, so there's still electricity going on through all of that stuff. Alright, bye. This is a good one. I like that right here. Like a big wave and then a big electrical burst right here. So we kind of want to build with the electricity. And, you know, let's slow these down a little bit and see what those sound like. Alright, so obviously what's going to happen here. So when you shift focus in film, focus is not only visual, right? And so we shift focus here, right? It's not only a visual shift, but it's got to be an audible shift. You can ask my girlfriend any fucking time. Not just because I'm looking at her does not mean I'm listening, right? And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we're also listening when we shift our focus. And so the important sounds, right, what we want to listen to isn't necessarily the electricity, but it's the cracking of the fingers. So we have to duck everything that's not the fingers, and this is when mixing and leveling becomes a big deal. And I'm not going to do a whole mix and level. I'm kind of just going to go through it just because of time's sake. So we're going to start to duck things that are not important. Meaning, yes, we have the infrastructure built, but what is important is what is important is what we need to hear, our top priority sound. So what we're gonna do,
yes, all the rest of them are still being built right now, so it's just that one. So everything, oh shoot, I forgot I have your shirt. So everything onward after that first electricity scene that's in that scene, it still has electricity going on.
go ducking here. So let's do the noises. So boom, we're going to shift right here. So we're going to use that look as a point of shift. We're not getting rid of it. The sounds are still important. We're just going to duck them so we can hear the cracking noises. That is all. Okay, and for example, when I say duck, this is what I mean. Literally what he showed me, what Michael, just like in this scene with Palpatine, like look at the way this works. So the sounds right now, they're the most prominent thing in the frame. But when we shift to Rey's perspective, she becomes the focus. Her sounds become the focus, not the electricity, right? Look, we're looking right at it, but we're mumbling. It's because it's from her perspective. So it's a perspective shift. So we're going to shift the sound. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to duck these and we'll probably turn these into a low pass. See how we start to tell the story? See how the music becomes a support rather than a drive? It's so subtle, but it's so important for like getting that high movie fucking sound quality. Okay, so now let's see how that works in now that we have ducked what needed to be ducked. So see how you can use the powerhouse sounds to support? It's so small. It's so small. That's why you mix, because everything sounds muddled. When you duck where it needs to be ducked and you optimize for your highest priority sound, all of a sudden it sounds like semi-decent, like a movie. Let's use this as a way to direct attention, right? So let's use this click clank to direct attention. So let's bring it in a little earlier. So see how those sounds start to stand out? See how they stand out when we change the leveling of it? That's super important when it comes to leveling. That's why we go through a level, so we figure out the tough sound or the priority sounds. Okay, moving on. We just have to create a woof. Nothing, no air. It's all kind of like a UFO flying by, kinda, without the air. Oh, kerfuffle? Are we gonna use it? We're using the kerfuffle, baby.
What are you doing, Kevin?
I'm creating a kerfuffle. Oh, damn.
Let's use the kerfuffle, and then what we'll do is we'll take out those deep ends and we'll smooth it out, right? So we'll do this, and we'll reverse this. We'll lead in with the kerfuffle. Like, it's almost rubber sounding. Let's get a new gate sound. So there's the thing with this one. I want to turn it into that, but I need that metal clasp. Yeah, I need that. But I don't want all of it. I just want a little of it, but it goes so bonkers. We didn't delete the first door sound. It's still there. We just need to level it. Meaning, let me show you. So it's still there. This one. This is all still there. It's just lower because the music is overtaking. So we're going to have to level the music. See how fast it fades out? I don't like that. And so I couldn't figure out how to make that fade out slower and like actually hear it all go. So I wanted to change it with something a lot quicker, so that's why I wanted to do this sound. And see how it empties the room, right? So let's just change this sound real quick. Let's just mute this sound, even though I know it's not the right sound. Watch what it does. Watch what it does to the tension in the scene. See how we drop right into the scene? And so that's what I want to do. I want to drop right into the emptiness. The sound itself, we have to figure out how to fade out. I don't mind using both of them. And I actually am trying to blend them together, but it's getting a little tough. And then remember what he said, we want to bring those cave droplings up. Well, okay, so I think we're going to chill there. All right, let's go look back at the notes. Now let's move on to ADR Human Monster. Yeah, so now we're going to do ADR. So now let's move on to Michael's ADR. Got all the ADR. Okay, so this, he went through, he picked out his favorite takes, and we're just going to use the favorite takes. So let's go to Project Lifestealer. Let's pull up our timeline, which is right here. And now let's drop this timeline right under. So we're going to pull from this and drag and drop. It's really effective. It's super efficient. It's a great way to do some work. So, all right, directors in the chat, everybody. Is the ADR fitting in okay? Yeah, so the ADR is... The problem is, these first ones suck, dude. But I think... That's beautiful. We're taking that one in right now. But yeah, the ADR is looking good. These were filmed really well. Great levels. I got a lot of room to work with on these ones. Did you hear that? Dude! Holy fucking shit! It literally turns into it. That is fucking disgusting. I think we're keeping that. And then if you tell me to take it out, yeah, look at it. Breton sees it. Okay, I heard you. I read you. So you don't like the gore at the hand jump. Emphasize the change in vocal more. Understood. So let's do that. We'll take this part, right? So we'll solo this. Ooh, listen to him change, bro. You hear that? Brenton, you hear that? Oh, he gave me the thumbs up. Thank you, Brenton. So what's important? That's what we should show. That's not important. That blood, that organism, where is that? That's not an important sound. It helps. Okay, it is this one. This is not an important sound, so we're going to bring this down a little bit. We're going to take this out of the mix. Not completely, just enough. Any nice bacon sizzling? Oh, I'm sure I have bacon sizzling. You like that, Brenton, you weirdo? Dude, we're getting fucking... It's like starting to gross me out. I've never been grossed out by the shit I create. This is a first. So, okay, maybe we just take this organism sound out, right? Did you hear that? Brenton, you fucking G. Think about it. He's... like, you would hear it in his voice, it cracking. So maybe we change that to that crack to a... Like, let's hear him scream and yelp for it. Like, you gotta react to what is happening to you, right? Maybe we just move the pop sound. I think we just get rid of it. Yeah, because I think I like this better. And you wanted the monster growl, so let's go to a monster growl. Lightning category, any magic, ADR in general. Take away the ha ha ha, make it smooth ending, okay? Electricity magic, got it. Human to monster, 80% of the way there. I think we're almost there. In terms of ADR in general, yes, Michael had a good point. Just the ADR in general really needs to be there. Take away the ha 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 and make it a smooth ending. Okay, Brenton, while you give me direction on that part, I'm gonna go here and make this a smooth ending.
I think he's...
Shitty wizard.
Thanks for sticking with me this long. I think we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna chill right there. We did our best. I know we weren't able to. We did our best. I think what's gonna end up happening is tomorrow, or I guess today, technically, is the last day. And yeah, we'll do whatever we can tomorrow to get this thing done. So Lita, thank you. Fucking, we did it. We made it through the gauntlet, and we made a pretty badass project, you and I. Very proud of us. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.